I'm thankful that you did me wrong, cause now I got it right, I promise you gon' miss me gone. I done seen it all like the first picture phone. They wishing on my downfall with the wishing bone. Now let's was on cloud 10 under a rock. Have you heard the motherfucking word? What's good, y'all? It's yours truly. Once again, Heartbreak Ace. If you're familiar with my content or not, hit that like, comment, subscribe so the algorithm can give you breaking content every time I upload. If you're familiar with my channel, you know me and the algorithm ain't never gonna be saying eye to eye. It's up there and it's stuck. So it don't matter how long it's gonna be. Whenever I see you, algorithm, I'm gonna go in and hit you with that good old two-piece. But nah, chill. Topic of discussion while we here. This RICO case getting real spooky, boy. Now, YSL Woody, YSL Telly, YSL -50 IQ. Apparently, this fool had a secret meeting with the judge and the prosecutor, and he admit to killing Nut. But they lying just to get Young Thug. And they letting it ride. You don't know what I'm talking about? Let's spin a block.
Continues against Jeffrey Williams, also known as Young Thug. The rapper, along with 5 co-defendants, are charged with a slew of gang-related crimes connected to the alleged street gang YSL, short for Young Slime Life. Those crimes range from drug distribution and firearm possession to armed robbery and murder. On the other side, the defense says YSL is actually just a record label called Young Stoner Life, with themes surrounding tough life circumstances. Last week was full of drama, so before we bring you the latest recaps from court, let's play some catch-up. Young Thug's attorney, Brian Steele, was held in contempt by Judge Glanville exactly a week ago now. But the Georgia Supreme Court stepped in and granted Steele an emergency bond so he could avoid jail time as the appeal pens before the appellate court. This all stemmed from Steele confronting the judge about an ex parte meeting with prosecutors and witness Kenneth Little Woody Copeland. During that private meeting, Copeland allegedly admitted to killing YSL gang rival Donovan Thomas, the same murder prosecutors have been using in an attempt that Young Thug did for his gang activity. Copeland has been on direct examination for over a week, and so far we've seen him in photos with Young Thug holding up alleged gang signs, wearing red, and including alleged gang terminology in Instagram captions. Copeland also admitted to making up stories to police because he said he wanted to convince them he did nothing wrong and to speed up the legal process. So with all that in mind, let's look at testimony from Copeland on Friday about Donovan Thomas's murder, the same crime he allegedly confessed to in the ex parte meeting with the judge and prosecutors. Copeland also admitted to making up stories to police because he said he wanted to convince them he did nothing wrong and to speed up the legal process. So with all that in mind, let's look at testimony from Copeland on Friday about Donovan Thomas's murder, the same crime he allegedly confessed to in the ex parte meeting with the judge and prosecutors.
Did Thug's sister ever text you regarding you going to the police about Nut's murder?
I text her and told her that I was going to kill Thug when I get a chance. That's what you talking about?
No, but why did you text her that you were going to kill Thug when you get a chance?
Because I let a lot of people get in my ear.
And what did they get in your ear about? It's effect on the listener, Your Honor. What did they get in your ear about?
A whole lot of stuff. People coming to me every 5 minutes with something about not just Thug. It was just a lot of people, but mainly most people was coming to me about Thug.
What about Thug?
Man, they just kept coming to me like he ain't right. He ain't supposed to. I don't know how to answer that.
I mean, but what were they telling you such that you thought that you had to kill Thug?
Say it again.
What were they telling you such that you thought in your mind you wanted to kill him?
That to watch him because everybody's saying I killed Nut and they didn't want that on them, so they gonna, I don't put it on me. I don't know. Like, it was so many different people just telling me stuff. So,
but to kill somebody, what were they telling you to make you think you had to kill Thug?
What did they tell me that made me think I had to kill him?
Yes.
That I better watch him?
Why?
Because they said I was messing up his career. Like, they saying that I was pulling him in stuff that I got going on. Like, they were saying all type of stuff. Like,
So why would...
So we're gonna break this down for you. I have with me still Serena Townsend, and also joining us, we have Matt Tympanik. Matt, I'm gonna start with you. We can understand better what was going on the witness stand. I mean, it was a little bit difficult understanding what Copeland was saying back in that 2015 interview, but overall, how do you think he is coming across to this jury? How credible is he? And I have a second thought. All the hearsay that was going on that stand. I mean, he said, she said, they told me. How does that all get in?
So that's interesting that you asked that question. For me, when reviewing the testimony on the stand, you definitely see this idea of like, okay, why is he testifying on behalf of the prosecution? What is he providing to them? It definitely seems like over the past 9.5 years since he made that statement, he's been able to change what he had to say and more refine it to appear better to a jury. When you talk about additionally about the hearsay, remember, under the federal rules of evidence, statements made by co-conspirators prior to Miranda being issued can be used against somebody else if it's in furtherance of a conspiracy.
Right, exactly. I mean, this whole hearsay situation is something I think that is getting into the very point that you just made. All right, Serena, one of the things that I'm thinking about here is the fact that the prosecution is trying to say Young Thug did this murder of Donovan Thomas. But here we have Copeland, who allegedly said he did it. I mean, they're pinning each other against each other, obviously. But what evidence is there really that Young Thug was involved in this murder?
It's going to be very difficult. It's already difficult to prove a RICO case, especially when you have uncooperative witnesses or evidence that's really not perfect. When you then have a totally different person coming on the stand who made an admission years prior that he was actually the killer, it throws more than a wrench in the prosecution's case. This is a very difficult hill to be able to traverse.
Exactly. And Matt, you know, I just have to focus on Copeland and how he is coming across to this jury. Do you think they're seeing him as credible? I mean, if he in fact did admit to the murder and now he's on the stand and he's trying to say, look, you know, I was just defending myself. I wanted to make sure that, you know, Young Thug wasn't after me, I'm after him. People were making me believe this. How is that jury looking at that testimony?
They are at times looking at it with a little sense of skepticism. Remember, with this whole case, how long it's taken to get to trial. Jury selection itself took about 8 months, and here we are. I don't even feel like we're not even halfway through the case. So the jury's looking at him like, okay, why is he saying one thing and then kind of telling us something, not really being able to explain it better. He's coming off credible, but I don't think what they're believing what he's actually saying at times. Like, the way he presents, it is believable, but the truth is much easier to testify to the jury than fabrication of lies. So I ultimately don't know how much the jury is going to buy all this, but he's coming across credible, but the jury believing him is a completely different story.
Exactly. And, you know, Serena, one of the things I want to focus on with you is if, in fact, Copeland wanted to kill Young Thug, doesn't that make him sort of a really bad guy in the jury's eyes? I mean, he's the one who's saying, oh, yeah, based on everybody's, you know, discussions with me, I wanted to kill Young Thug because I guess he was going to get me. I mean, that makes him look like he's the person that should be on trial.
Yeah, it muddies the waters completely, and it definitely gets the jury to question whether or not to believe this person. I mean, if this person is capable of the things he either has already confessed to or was going through his mind to do, I mean,
That fool all over the place. Call that nigga little Woody Darrell. Word up, man. But he all over the place, man. He went from I ain't kill him, I didn't kill him. Now, you heard about the secret meeting that they had with the prosecutors when he finally when they gave him immunity, that he admit to killing Nut. They didn't show that. Of course they didn't. That's why Brian Steele, which is Thug lawyer, filed a motion against it, which they, of course, the judge on the prosecutor side, so he gonna overrule the motion. But anyway, the original meeting he had when he was before they gave him immunity, he was lying on Young Thug, acting like he don't even really know who Nut is like that, or never was involved in anything. The original video when he was lying just to get out of jail. I'm gonna show y'all that clip. Spin the block again.
Watch out, man. It ain't nothing I can do about it, man. I didn't have nothing to do with this. I didn't kill him. I didn't have him killed. I ain't never tried to fight him. I ain't never tried to rob him. I ain't never done nothing to nothing. Me and Kev, we don't see each other plenty of times in the street. I ain't never did that to each other. It's been plenty of times. Ain't never in life, man, like never. I'm so frustrated, man. I call my brother, man. Then the advice he gave me, it ain't no good. What advice your brother gave you that you think is no good? I told her, I want to call her, but call the police and come to the house. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I do can tell y'all, but it ain't gonna be nothing y'all can do to your own house. From what people say, you retarded. Carol supposed to be retarded, something like that. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't scared of him. You know what I'm saying? It's more to life, bro. It's like, no matter what I do, everybody always blame me. So I know there's a lot of people against me, you know what I'm saying? But I'm frustrated, man. I can't. I can't. I want the big call. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know. People like, man, they'll lock you up. They can't lock me up. I didn't do it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They don't tell them. They're like, man, but they keep telling me to wait. And this. I don't want to wait. I don't want none of this, but I now get out of the way. Then when I do, then wait. Just do what somebody tell me. When I go down there and tell y'all, and y'all go down there, who gonna stop me? It's the only thing I'm afraid of now. Who gonna stop me? I really am scared, man. It might seem crazy, but did you hear anything on the street about who may be beefing with Nut? I didn't know Kev been riding around the short place. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But me and him got to it. He never did that. Mm-hmm. They came set up together now. Mm-hmm. But this ain't the first time he did it. This is the first time he did it. He shot everybody up there. You know what I'm saying? But nobody knew it was him. Mm-hmm. And then he got to it with his girl. She came back and said it was him. Mm-hmm.
At this point, man, why Young Thug still be even locked up? Now, go ahead and take the cuffs off and let this man go home. He took it to trial and he didn't need to just have beat it. Because it's no fucking way. The judge had a secret meeting with the prosecutor and the witness, Woody, and he admits to killing Nut, but he just don't want to be in jail no more. So they gave him immunity, and now he's saying he lying on Young Thug just so they can get Young Thug. It's like a personal vendetta that the prosecutor got against Young Thug, and it's getting spooky for real, I say the least. But if this ain't a mistrial, I don't know what kind of court, what this got, what they do in Atlanta is just confusing to me, because it ain't even making sense at this point. Now, sound like to me, first of all, Woody got locked up in 2015 to 2019. So for 4 years, he wasn't even with Young Thug. And he admits that the relationship ain't even been the same. Sound like to me, he started to get jealous and he wanted the clout. And Young Thug wasn't fucking with him no more. Young Thug probably knew about the murder of Nut, but probably ain't had nothing to do with it. And they frame it on Young Thug because the prosecutor got a personal vendetta against Young Thug because she used to be in a love situation with Nut. What her name? Phony Wilkins? I can't remember the woman's name, but yeah, she used to be involved with Nut. So it sounds like it's just a vendetta. or revenge. But how you have a secret meeting? This case should have been thrown out from the jump from that. They gave him an immunity and he said he killed Nut, and now he recants and lies and say Thug did it, and then he say he's lying on Thug. This should already be a win-win for Young Thug. I don't even know why the circus still going on. Sound like that man just got in his feelings because Young Thug wasn't rocking with him no more. And he probably killed Nut thinking it was gonna give him some more credibility when Young Thug, and it didn't. He did 4 years in jail for some dumb shit. And Young Thug didn't show him no love, no canteen, no honey buns when he was locked up or nothing like that. And he got mad in his feelings. That's what it sounded like to me, man. I don't see no other way. Then not only that, he said he was gonna kill Young Thug. You got the news reporters and people on your side. Then you looking pretty good. And the news reporters and all of them seem to paint Young Thug as the good guy and Woody as the murderer, the serial killer. So, in the eyes of the public, Young Thug is innocent. So, maybe it's looking good in his favor. I don't know. And if it's all alleged, let's hope so. But this man said he wanted to kill Young Thug. He admitted that. And also admitted killing Nut. And they knew about it and let it ride. I can't believe all the words coming out of my mouth and Young Thug's still locked up. But like I said, just this trial alone, even if he beat the case, he still probably do 2 more years, which would be a max of 5 years he been locked up. They have to throw the case out and they'll just have to suck it up. They don't want to have to admit, they as the judge and the prosecutor, they don't want to have to admit they fucked up, spend a lot of money on this RICO charge, and it didn't go there in their favor. It went in Young Thug's favor. And he stayed solid, loyal. He ain't said nothing this whole time. So if he wins, it's going to be very historic. And his street cred going to go all the way up. But I would get the fuck out of Dodge. I would disconnect myself from everybody that was YSL and change my whole scenario, change everything. But that's all I have for y'all. Leave a comment down below. Let me know how y'all feel about the situation. You know, as always, love each other. Till next time, yours truly, Heartbreak.